Hi, Kat.
Oi.
How are you?
Oh,
Oh,
good.
So sorry. Well, thank you for joining us and happy early Merry Christmas.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you.
I am so excited and honored to have you on this podcast. Karen Torrone, you are the founder and director of Five Boro Yoga Studio on Staten Island. It's an incredible yoga studio. I call it my Zen place. It's like my home away from home. And so, interviewing you today is just an honor. So, thank you so much for coming and joining us at Moms, Moguls, and Mayhem today. It's a pleasure having you, and we are so excited. P.S.
Yes.
I'm trying to get my friend Courtney to become a yogi. I think after today, she definitely will be.
I've
Get her
never
on
done it. I've never done
that.
Good
it.
stuff.
So Five Boro Yoga Studio, it's Baptiste style yoga. You are known on Staten Island for giving back. You are tremendous with philanthropy, charity work, community, and your story is extremely inspirational. And I just want to kind of have you take us back to the beginning and how you were inspired to create this phenomenal place, this studio that really is a home for, a second home for all of us yogis.
Yeah, I started practice. Well, thanks for having me. Like, this is such a great place to be today, and
Oh, thank you.
to be with both of you, and to be able to support what you're up to in giving moms an opportunity to see possibility for themselves, right? Like in the workplace, in their home, and just really for themselves, right? Because it really does take a lot. Um, but let me go back. Right, really, like I can't believe it. The studio is going to be 15 in May 2026.
Oh, wow.
But
Congratulations.
what got me into yoga was actually losing my mom. So in 98, my mom was murdered, and I was really lost and really angry and going through a lot. And
Sure.
couple
Wow.
of years after she passed and the trial and the people got convicted, I was still angry and mad. And I got introduced. My sister said, "Oh, I saw the guy. I saw Baron Baptiste was going to be in Manhattan, and my sister had been practicing with him." And I said, "Oh, it's your birthday. Do you want to go see this guy? You've been practicing yoga. I want to try it." And I never looked back. That was in June 2005. So 20 years
Oh, wow.
already. And after I took my first yoga weekend with him, I came back to Staten Island and started practicing. And then I went on like 2 years later to get certified um, through Baptiste Yoga. And then I kept teaching on Staten Island. And then I finally opened a studio in 2000, what? 15 years, 11, no, 11, 2011. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Wow. That is
Wow.
quite a story. I'm so sorry to even hear that story, but it brought you to where you are today. You know what? Even though I'm not a yogi, but I'm going to be because Lauren raves about you and your studio. Um, I definitely hear that, yoga is a movement. But then I also hear, after time, it becomes more of like a spiritual, sacred thing. Have you found that over your course of doing yoga?
Well, I think that that's like the biggest thing for me was when I took that first yoga class. I felt something different. Um, not I mean I really couldn't do all the poses because it was like more physical, and I was like, what the heck is this? I'd always like going to the gym, right? But I never experienced like yoga in a heated environment or movement in a heated environment that still had like a aspect of physical, but that I also felt like connection in like to God or to my in my heart or something. And it actually got me to go back to church, right? And it
Ah,
actually got me into forgiveness for the people that killed my mom, for um and gave me like an opportunity, like, well, if I can heal from this, which is really like a pretty devastating experience in a woman's life, right? To lose their mom, especially tragically like that, you know? If I could heal from this, uh it seems like this is a calling to me to do something, to offer a place for people to heal from whatever they need to heal from.
Right.
And that's really like how I always looked at it. Like yoga was like the entryway, or the physical practice was the entryway into not only feeling good physically, but also like when things happen in life,
Hmm.
um, that there's something there
Yes.
that
Exactly.
that offers like an opportunity to heal from it.
Wow.
You pivoted. I mean, you took this tr extremely traumatic situation that occurred, losing your mom, and just created this beautiful thing to, help give back. And it's just amazing. It's really amazing how you did that because, like you said, I mean, to lose your mom in such a tragic way, but you know, this beautiful thing came out of that horrific experience. So that's incredible.
Yeah, I always see that, like my mom's still with me regardless, right? Like even though she's now gone like 28 years,
Oh,
Wow.
um it's it's I feel her like with me, like if she would have been so proud and she would have been like my biggest cheerleader and probably working the desk.
if she would be, we would all be friends with her, but she's around.
That's right.
She's
Oh,
definitely.
that's a mom for you. That's a mom. Always there to support you.
Right?
That's
And
right.
it's what I've noticed over time, like people always like even if I haven't seen people in years, something happens in their life. Like a loss, like a miscarriage, a loss of a parent, a loss of a job, loss of a relationship, like a breakup. It's like people come back to like where like to as a place to heal
Absolutely.
or to
Absolutely.
reset, right? Like to reset and get their mind like in a new direction.
Absolutely. I mean, going to the studio, it's just such an amazing feeling, to all of your points. I mean, it's spiritual. There's such a connection. I mean, you could be grieving, mourning, a loved one, and you're on the mat and you're around this beautiful community of people, and it's so, it elevates you. You feel uplifted. It's so much more than a workout. It's, physically, it helps mentally. I know for me, it's been a tremendous tool that's helped me throughout the years, through so many aspects of my life, whether it's losing a loved one. I've always had sort of bouts of anxiety and depression. That's helped me tremendously, through my journey as a founder because, as we all know, it's, you go through your ups and downs and self-doubt. And so, all of the lessons that I've learned on the mat through the studio have been gifts. So I thank you for that. I mean, it's really tremendous what you've provided, for this community. I guess it sort of segues to my next question of how did you intentionally create this sense of connection? I mean, it's such a connected space. Everybody's so close at your studio. You go to different studios and it's not the same. Everybody is so supportive and everyone's a cheerleader, cheering everybody on. So I guess, how did you intend to create that feeling? Yes.
I got that from my first experience at Baptiste Yoga, like that first weekend in Manhattan back in June of 2005. That was how the people were. Like everybody was so welcoming. All the people on the team that worked for Baron, all the other yogis around me that I didn't know. And I was like, huh, there's something here. Because like you said, Lauren, like you go to other studios and like there's a lot of quiet, there's a lot of not interaction with people.
Right.
And it's not bad or wrong. It's just that certain styles of yoga have different philosophy. And I think one of the things that I experienced most through Baptiste yoga was like a sense of community, a sense of belonging, a sense of connection, right? And that's like really like I never saw that on Staten Island, right? Even though it was great yoga studios in Staten Island at the time, and there still are. It's just the philosophy of the lineage, say, of like the style of yoga may have a different way. And it's also, I think it's also the person at the top, like the owner. Like I
Yes.
feel that people need to be seen in the world,
Mhm.
right? People need to be seen, heard. Everyone has unique gifts to offer. And especially in these times, like since COVID, like where people have got shut down and on right being online and not connecting with each other, like even over like now the last 5 years, especially the young kids.
Yeah.
And people that have suffer from anxiety and depression really got like closed off. And it feels like really like something needed in the world, like to welcome people, to know people's names, to get to know people, and to let people know, like, we're happy that you're here. Like, it makes a difference that you're here. Um,
Mhm.
Absolutely.
and it might even like make a difference in that person's life just by being seen.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, you know what? That actually leads me to my next question, which is how does yoga and you as the owner help women and men reconnect with themselves through doing yoga? I know it's like a spiritual event a little bit.
Well, like I liked, I don't want to like there's a connection to spirit, right? Like, so yoga is translated from Sanskrit to English as union, right?
Oh,
Connection to body, mind, spirit, right? And not everyone say like maybe would have a connection to say like God, but some
mhm.
people right have connection to like something higher, a higher being or something. So it's really like allowing for people to connect with what's for them, right? And we use breath work, the movement, right, connects. So as we breathe in, we create expansion or length, and as we breathe out, we contract or draw in. And as we move through the practice, we call it like a meditation in motion. So as the movements are coming, there's a lot of breath work happening, and the focus starts to become on breath. And then it's like people start to get out of like, am I doing it right? It starts to get out of the thinking mind and more into like what's connected to like the heart space, like love for self, that you're born like a sense of ease and light and kindness and grace, right? And it like really gets people to start to melt away, like the self-doubt, the worries, the concern for looking good, the concern for getting it right, like comparisons. And really that's where I think it like lands. Like you'll see people of every size, every shape, every religious background, diversity of background and color and religion. And yet, like Lauren said, like there's a sense of community that just gets developed amidst like the people that come in.
Yeah,
It's
it's
really
awesome.
interesting. Yeah.
It is interesting. Wow. I'm gonna have to try it, Karen. I gotta be honest. You'll see me next
Yoga.
week.
It's
Okay.
life changing. It's life changing. It truly is. And like to Karen's point, it doesn't matter. It's like, okay, I can't do chaturanga today. I can't like it doesn't matter. I used to be so tough on myself and and actually I took a break from yoga because I had breast cancer about 4 years ago. I think Kat, and I took a little bit of a break from yoga, which gosh, I really could have used it during that time, but just, with recovering and the muscles were healing, I couldn't practice at that time. And so my practice before breast cancer looked very different, compared to now because I'm actually still recovering. I still have muscles that are healing and I'm not able to do what I used to do, but I'm not hard on myself anymore. It's like, you know what? I showed up today. I'm around these beautiful people. I feel good. It's really it's just so empowering. It's really truly so empowering. So um so we are in this crazy holiday period, and the stress, even though it's wonderful and seeing family, friends, it's great. But how would you say, as far as yoga helping people to stay grounded and not so stressed, Kat? Because it's hard to carve out time during this period, especially as women, right? We feel guilty. Oh, we have a million and one things to do on the laundry list, the task list that we have for ourselves each day. So, why is it so imperative to carve that time out at the studio?
It's so interesting you say that because I'm thinking back and I'm like, like I always wondered why during like this time of year, say like from Thanksgiving to New Year's, people stopped coming, like the numbers, and it's like really all across. Like I'm part of different like Facebook groups for like yoga studios owners. So it's like across the board, United States, or I'm not really so much familiar with Europe, but the people drop off during this time, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is when people need yoga the most. So
Of course.
a couple years ago I started. People said, it was like, you're crazy, you're never going to get people to come to the yoga studio during the holidays. I was like, I don't know, I'm going to try it.
Do
And
it.
I started a holiday challenge which starts on Thanksgiving, it ends on New Year's Eve, and the challenge is come to the studio for as much as you can during the holidays to put your attention on your health and wellness. You come 21 times and you win a shirt. It's the last shirt we give for the year. So there's like a little prize to do it. But what I've noticed now, it's like I don't know how many years we've been doing it, but more and more people are joining. And even if they don't get to the 21, they get to the studio more than they would have had they not had something to commit to.
Sure.
And during now this 21-day challenge, well, the holiday challenge, the 12 days leading up to Christmas, I add in a meditation component. So every class from December 14th until December 25th, we offer meditation before or after the class. So it really allows for people, that's like our gift to the community to come and move and breathe and take care of yourself. But then we're also going to give you like 5 to 10 minutes to focus on your breath and to get like, yeah, a message to
Mhm.
take with you during the day. Like, don't try hard, try easy. Or, right, I'm
Exactly.
stronger than I think. Right? Like whatever it is, like that someone can take like a little nugget, right? Out
Exactly.
of meditation and take it out into their world and practice that.
I love
Yeah. Well, you know what? Yoga, it definitely sounds like yes, it's physical and it gets your body in shape, but I love how it sounds as though it really supports like emotional healing as well. It's like an overall exercise,
Hmm.
mind, body, and soul. I mean, really, wow. It's very inspirational.
Yeah. And of course, like we don't say like yoga's everything. Of course, we encourage see medical professionals like if you're struggling with something, if you really need, right, like medication or to talk to someone. But it's a yoga, I say the movement and the breath work and being in community is a tool, right, to help to heal.
Yes. Yes. It can completely transform your day. I've walked into your studio like a bitch on wheels at
Dear God.
times. I leave the
How fun for you.
studio. I leave the studio like a new woman. No, I'm not even kidding. It's like, the hormones aren't raging. Like I want, I want to hug someone. I don't want to kill someone. And that's especially this time of year, right? So it really transforms. And so I'm grateful for that. I really am. And by the way, I have my Five Boro on, just so you know, my Five Boro merch. I
I
love,
love it.
yeah. Super cozy, super cozy. Court,
Love the merch. Love the merch.
love the merch. I'm all about the merch.
That's right.
The entrepreneurship, I mean, you've been an entrepreneur that I've looked up to as a mentor, one of my mentors throughout the years. It's not a small feat to open up a yoga studio. I mean, as a female founder, I guess what is one of your biggest challenges that you've encountered?
Well, over the years, well, COVID was a big one because I got shut down for 370 days. But in the beginning, you know what it was in the beginning? So I was teaching on Staten Island at I was teaching at Shakti, which is still in
Oh,
existence.
wow.
It's like the oldest studio on Staten
Yes.
Island, and I really give them a lot of credit. They just have a different style of yoga. And I worked at a studio in Tauntonville, which is no longer there. When it was first open, it was called Yoga South. And I also taught at the JCC, which my friend Janice runs the uh, the group fitness program. And a lot of times when we do teacher training, when people need to get to get started, I always send them to her and she hires people that I train. So it's really nice to be able to see like I started there and now I train people and they go there and she gives them a job. But the challenge was so like now I'm teaching on Staten Island at the JCC, at Shakti, and at Yoga South. And I'm like, all right, I'm opening my studio. I let the places know that that's what I was doing. Um, and I thought like people were going to come from these places because they liked me. They liked my classes. They liked me, which is what anybody would think, I think, in the world. Like I'm
Cool.
I'm
Sure.
cultivating a following, right?
Yes.
Hmm.
And they're going to come. And they didn't.
Okay. Well, it worked. They got it worked
But you
anyway.
know what? They would a few people. I could probably think about it like maybe five or six, not the owners. Well, the owners of the South Studio came to wish me well. The people from the JCC came to wish me well. Some people from Shakti came to wish me well, but no one, like everybody went back to where they practice.
Oh,
Okay.
And that was the first lesson I learned. I got to do it myself. Like I have to now cultivate the community that Shakti cultivated for themselves. I have to cultivate the community that Yoga South and the GCC because people have memberships at these places and they're used to their thing. And I
Right.
had to like really shift, pivot from the mindset like I built this following and people are going to follow me and they don't. And I talk to new studio owners about this too. Like you have to stand in what it is, like your own mission, right? Your own values of what you want to offer in your community and the people will come for that.
yeah.
That's
It's
right.
your unique value proposition. How what you offer versus, other studio owners. Because like you said, every studio is different, has a different vibe.
That's right.
So,
That's right. My husband, he always calls it your unique selling point, your USP. What makes you different from the guy down the block? And obviously, from what I'm learning here, you've built, in my opinion, the most important part of it, which is a sense of community, which is what I know I want and all women want, is to feel like I'm not walking in here, have no clue what I'm doing. I'm speaking about myself. So it makes you not want to go because I don't want to be embarrassed in front of everyone else, that I have no clue what's happening. But it sounds like it's very inviting and sounds amazing. I can't wait to try it.
Yeah, like and that another challenge. I think I was in 5 years and another yoga studio opened around the corner on Newt Lane. So I'm on
Oh,
Rose Avenue. If you, those familiar with Staten Island, I'm on Rose Avenue. Newt Lane is like 2 blocks away. And another
yeah.
studio with a different style opened. And I was like, but also heated because my studio's heated. This is heated even higher than me. So it's a completely different style, completely different philosophy. But as I don't know if it's just women or it's just human beings, it's like, oh my gosh, competition's coming.
Hmm.
What am I going to do? Right. And it's like, really, like, we can't hold on. Right. We have to like lean in and because like you said, Lauren, the, the people will go, like they might go and try the other studio or go and wish the other studio well. And that style might even resonate them. And I might lose someone to another studio, but it's like not looking into it as like losing things. It's like people have to go where they feel most welcome, what style of yoga is like aligns with them. And what I learned after this other studio open is like that we coexist uh a couple blocks away. We have some people that go back and forth, like they'll
Okay.
practice there and they'll come to me and then they'll go there. Some people will come to me and stay with me for a while and then go back. Or people are just people. We lost a lot of people on Staten Island during COVID. Like people left and,
yes.
never
Yeah,
came back. They moved.
that's right. That's right.
And you overcame, girl. You overcame, and and really, that's why people are drawn to Five Boro Yoga Studio. It's a place that you feel heard, you feel accepted, you feel loved, comforted. It's just such a special place. It's not just a yoga studio. To me, it's such a spiritual, wonderful place to be. And I mean, God, you offer so many incredible classes like your Grace and Flow, which is really like, such a spiritual practice, that class that you have added recently. It's so beautiful. And actually, you helped me to get back to going to church. So I thank you for that. Continuing to go to the studio has helped me to definitely, to go back to church, which was very important.
I was so
Good, so
angry.
awesome.
I was just angry when Charlie Kirk was murdered, and it was on top of, like, I guess I got triggered, right? Like, so Charlie Kirk was murdered, but that week, the girl on the train, or the week before, the girl on the train was murdered, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
The guy that was like off, he just slit a throat, and people didn't help.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I know.
The girl that was bleeding, and then Charlie Kirk died, and I was like, what is going on? Like, I was just so triggered, and I was like, it seems like something's missing in the world. So on the day of Charlie Kirk's memorial, I started Grace and Flow, which is
Oh,
scripture. And I mean, I went into it saying I'm either going to be canceled, or I'm gonna be, or people are gonna embrace it. And people embraced it. I started that class. It started with, like, I want to say 17 or 20 people came to that first one. And I just pick a different scripture for that class. It happens a couple times a month. I just had one this past Sunday, and another one is the day after Christmas. And I just pick something that's a piece of scripture that's like relevant to that week, or I just like think about, like, what was it that I want to give people access to, and I just pull out a piece of the scripture from the Bible. We talk about it in the class, and then we do some movement, and we really get connection. And I've been getting a lot of really great feedback, Lauren. Thanks so much for mentioning that, because two or three people have said that they've healed some relationships in their family because of coming to that class, or they really felt a sense of connection to their spirit. So, like, it's exactly what I wanted to have offer. And I'm glad that people are embracing it.
I
yeah.
love it. I absolutely love
That,
it.
I mean, that is so beautiful, Karen. And you know what? Like to do something so impactful, because of Charlie Kirk's legacy. I mean, that's so beautiful. That's exactly what he would want. That's
Yes.
exactly what he would want. That's amazing. So, oh my gosh, I love that. That's great to hear. So, you know what? My next question is, what advice would you offer someone who feels, that they want to start something, how you did, or Lauren or myself in the magazine? What advice would you have when most people are very scared of taking that leap?
Mm,
That's great.
yeah. I your heart calls louder than your head. And
Yes.
how I know that is, like, I went to yoga teacher training to just learn more. Like, I had a successful expediting company before I opened the studio. So I used to work at the building department across the five boroughs. I had a unique permit that I obtained for people. I was in the sign and awning industry, and I only did permits for signs and awnings. And I was
Wow.
only one of three people that did that specific form of permit, and I was the only woman. So I did already have, like, some kind of like experience of building, but
Mhm.
the when I came back from yoga teacher training and I went to go practice at Shakti, the owner Alice said, "Well, are you ready to teach?" And my head was like, "No, I don't want to teach." But out of my mouth came yes.
Wow.
So I would tell people, like, if you know, like, in your heart that this is something that the world needs, that this is a gift that you can go out there and give to people, whether it be magazine, uh, 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 what you did for the babies, Lauren, right? Like, something that like, I can make a change, I can make an impact.
That's right.
Just got to let your heart lead you. And you're going to fall. Maybe you might make a mistake. You might have to invest some money and time, but really
Hmm.
just keep letting your heart lead you. Like, stop paying so much attention to the head, because the head is like full of doubts and
Yeah.
can't. And this is never going to happen for me. But the heart, there's whispers, or there's some like little signs that, like, just keep going.
Hmm. It's so
That's what I would
true.
tell
It's so
people. Listen
true.
to, like, yeah, really put the attention on your heart, because it does speak louder than your head.
Wow, that's fantastic advice. Thank you for that.
I love that. It's so true. You have to lead with the heart, and it's hard because the head is, we're always thinking and going, and at times doubting. So that's very powerful. I love that.
Me
I love
too.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have got through COVID of being closed if I didn't just keep leaning in, trusting that people need yoga now more than ever. And when I offered the platform online, I kept the same class schedule. Like I didn't change anything. The teachers stayed employed or right working. We just led the classes on the Zoom
Oh, wow. Okay.
for
Very smart.
over a
it.
year. Right. And we did
Wow.
different programs on this. We did like a virtual running program, like that people would run like on their own and then meet on Zoom to talk about like their accomplishments. We did book clubs, anything that would keep people engaged and their focus on taking care of themselves rather than thinking about what's the next thing that's going to shut down or like close down or what else is going on. Right. And I mean, really, honestly, I was like, I don't know how I'm going to get through this. But it's just like I woke up every day with just like, this is something I have to do.
Hmm.
I just wouldn't let my head take me out.
Because you knew that you were impacting so many people and helping so many people. And I think when your intention is so good and you have such a dream and such a passion for something, this unrelenting passion, that's what fuels the fire inside. And it's like, I'm not going to stop. I know that I need to do this to help
Hmm.
people. And I think with all of us, that resonates. We all have that goal, that objective, whether it's the magazine, the Baby Soothe, or Five Boro Yoga Studio. We know we're helping people. So that's what's getting us going. We won't stop until we see it come to life. So
Well, you know what? It's so true, and the synergy, I think, between all of our brands, my tagline at Bella, it was beauty defined by you. I didn't want to dictate beauty in someone's life. I wanted, like to offer them all different ways to view beauty, to feel beauty, starting from the inside out. And I just feel like it was a new approach. And I feel like people like that, like beauty isn't so, that's it. How do you look on the outside? It's so much deeper than that. And I feel that, you know, your yoga studio sounds like it's got that same idea behind it
Mhm.
that, find your beauty, find your peace. And I think that's beautiful.
Yeah, it sounds like you already have a yoga practice. You just didn't want to do that.
see,
Exactly. I'm
Court.
ready. I'm ready.
I'm going today, Court. I'll pick you up on the way.
Well, you know what? Actually, I may come on the day after Christmas, for the Grace and Flow. My daughters read the Bible every single day and they're both home, for the week. They would
It.
love that.
I forgot
So,
they're home. You have to take them.
9 a.m.
absolutely.
on Friday. Are they
Yes.
over 16?
Oh, yeah, 22 and 20.
Yeah, bring them and you come on as a guest. All three of you come as my guest. I would love
Oh
that.
my, Karen, that would be so nice. They will be thrilled. Okay, great. I can't wait to tell them. Thank you.
Well, this has been amazing. You are just an astounding, inspirational entrepreneur, female founder. We're lucky to have you on Staten Island, building this community and offering this beautiful, beautiful studio. Um, I can't thank you enough. It truly is a gift, and your resilience and your perseverance are very, very inspiring. So we just love you, Karen, and we thank you for coming on to our podcast.
Yes.
And I think hopefully, through this episode too, we'll be helping so many more people and get people to the studio. So tell people, so where is it located? Five Boro Yoga Studio is located on Rose, right?
Yeah,
It's
176 Rose Avenue, right in the heart of Newdorp. And
Mhm.
we have classes every day, 365 days a year. That's another
Yeah.
thing that I did because when I was healing, like especially when I first started practicing yoga, Mother's Day was really hard for me, and everybody was out celebrating Mother's Day, telling me Happy Mother's Day, and I'm like, people, this isn't it's not happy. It's not a
Yeah.
and then I would find places that were open, like yoga studio. Like I would drive into Manhattan. I would get on a plane and go somewhere that was having like a yoga event, like times that I needed it. And I said it when I opened a studio, or when I started to recognize like I need to open my own brand, Not
Mhm.
that the other two weren't good enough, but they just weren't aligned with what I wanted to bring, which that's what caused me to open. And I said, I'm never closing. I'm open 365 days a year because there may be someone that it might change their life, that they were able to go to the studio on Mother's Day or on Christmas or on New Year's Day or Christmas Eve or Easter or whatever day or during Hanukkah, during, right, different times that may affect people emotionally, that I wasn't closing the doors to say like, oh no, you can't come in here today because it's Christmas and I need a day off. Like, it's no, we're open and come.
Yeah.
And
I love that because listen, we're in the holiday season, and for so many people, it's heavy. I mean, the holidays are heavy. They're beautiful and wonderful, but who has lost loved ones, who is, suffering silently, we all have a cross to bear, and it's such a great thing that, I literally run to the studio. I'm like, I'm having, whatever, a bad day and, feeling down or whatever it is. And you feel like, oh, I can go to the studio and I can feel that I'm, with my friends, with my community and get a workout in. And it really is truly a special thing that you're open so much. I think that's so great.
yeah,
That is great. That's wonderful. Well, this has been such a wonderful, enlightening conversation. And I love that, I've met you, a powerhouse on Staten Island. It's amazing. All right, female founders on the island. Good, ladies. Woo! No,
Yes.
it's amazing. So thank you so much for everything. I look forward to meeting you this week, hopefully.
good.
And thanks for coming on Moms, Moguls, and Mayhem.
Thanks so much. It was great to be here.
Thank you so much, Kat.
Okay,
Thanks,
Merry Christmas.
You'll
Karen.
be
Happy New
seeing
Year.
us. Have a Merry Christmas, beautiful holiday, and I'll definitely see you on the mat.
Sounds good.
Bye,
Thank you,
ladies.
Kat.
Yeah.
Thank
Bye.
you.